All right. Alrighty, yeah. So we can get started here.
So you're gonna be on Zen's Discord, Twitch chat. So if you're on
Yeah.
Zen's Discord, maybe can you make a special channel right now? Let's make a special channel on your Discord saying Jungle Dream or something like that. I don't know. Jungle Coaching. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. You guys can just join the voice chat if you do want to get coached on jungle. Again, it's absolutely free of cost. I believe it's about 10 minutes per review, 15 minutes per review. We're gonna try to go on and do as many as possible. Please join the jungle coaching voice room, and then we will drag you in. This is how it works, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Perfect. All right.
I mean, if we don't get any junglers from your Discord, I may got like literally plenty to pick from for my coaching clients.
Perfect. Yeah, we can just
They'll-
we might want to do that. I think just to get things rolling until we get a bit of a waiting room, right?
Don Raider says, "I'm a huge fan of the BBC podcast. Appreciate it, Don Raider. We got another episode Curtis and I are recording today.
Nice. I can be there. Yeah, you just join in the Discord. Just do Discord command. Don't want to be first. I mean, it doesn't really matter, guys.
Come on, Shadow Losing. Let's get involved. We're looking at some early games. There's no judgment here. We're all going to improve at learning jungling together, Shadow. So let's get started. You got to be first. Me and Zen are probably going to be super rusty on our first one anyway. So.
Oh yeah. I haven't warmed up. I'm just chilling. Like I was just playing solo queue for the entire day. To be honest, like I'm not, I'm not in that coaching state yet.
The coaching mindset.
Oh yeah.
You warm up, do some push-ups, something like that. I feel like you're coaching warm-up Zen, where you like listen to like a piece of music, like a Zen piece of music or something like that, or like what's your
we listen to Eminem and we get pumped up.
There you go.
Yeah, we listen to a bunch of Eminem and we just get super pumped up.
You got to watch the Eminem music video clips. I was saying this the other day, is that they just don't make those anymore. Like they're so unique. Like if you notice, every single music video clip these days is just some sexy girls dancing in some like really like like in the car with like these edgy looks and stuff like that. But like the Eminem ones, they're so like creative and unique.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely agree.
I just don't do them anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh man. All right, guys. Is it VODs? Yeah, it's basically VODs. We'll just go over your.
It's literally just the VOD.
Your initial clear. My Discord is full of mids and 80 carries, man.
It's too much lane fundamentals. But you're a jungler, aren't you?
I'm a jungle main, but the funny thing is, like, I think I'm the only jungle coach on my Discord.
Interesting.
Like, I'm the only coach in this Discord, I think, that coaches jungle. Other than someone else who's, like... He was, like, peak challenger, but he doesn't really, like, coach much. Because he's just kind of on and off, right? Like, he's very busy. But other than him, it's like, I'm the only person in this Discord that actually coaches jungle. It's really weird. Also, you guys, you don't need VODs. We just find you in client.
Maybe it's just a shit role. Maybe I'm just coaching the wrong role here.
I don't know. No, I don't know, man. I mean, jungle, I think is the best role. Oh, we got something, by the way. Nameless. We can drag them around in a second, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, we can get started then. All right, I'm gonna drag the first person in, and we'll get started. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how
Welcome,
are you?
Nameless.
What's up?
How are you?
Excited to get your early game jungle reviewed here.
What?
I said I hope you're excited to get your early jungle game review here. I'm expecting perfect League of Legends, Nameless. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to share your IGN with Zen so he can look you up?
Are you in US or are you in NA?
I'm in Europe, EU West.
Okay.
Is the server, and I'm porting on one.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Can one friend join just to spectate, or?
Well, he can just join. You can always join the stream. He'll literally just see us on stream.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, we're all live. We're literally live.
Let me join.
How'd you find this then, Nameless, if you're not on the stream?
I'm on the stream.
Oh, you're on the stream now.
Okay. Sounds good.
What should I do? Just to share the screen, or what?
Nathan, do you have a US account?
I do.
Yeah. Do you think you can screen share this one? I actually just don't have an account in you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And
God,
then
then
we
I
can
would
just-
expect you to have. You got
Right,
global
man.
coach, aren't you?
Dude, I just haven't. I don't know. You know, it's funny, right? Because we actually have mostly EU West people, and I just haven't. I don't know. I just haven't been coaching recently. I've been taking a pretty big break overall.
Is this well, this is not exactly EUS time zone friendly. It sort of is. It's sort of NAN. What's the
it's
time
like-
in NA right now?
It's 4 o'clock. It's kind of like NA US. It's more towards I think US because NA players usually
Got it.
get off work in a few hours, but yeah, they're
It's
getting
like
off
night
work
time
right
for
now.
US, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's like it's gonna be like night soon, but yeah. Okay. Okay, we are actually getting some people in now. Let me actually
Let's
get.
take some time.
Hi, I'm trying to remember my EUS account. Oh gosh. Oof.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can share the screen. Name.
Alright,
Do you wanna?
sounds good.
Can you message me somewhere what your IGN is?
Oops. I got it.
Yeah. On I will DM you.
Yeah, you can just DM me. It's fine. Christmas banter.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, Mr. Christmas. Which game do you want to look at in your match history?
Call me nameless better, I guess.
All right, nameless. What do you want to look at here?
Let me check my match history. I guess the game with Heck where I am 9-7.
976.
The previous game, like, yeah.
Looks like you
the
popped
same
off this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the game before that.
Yeah, looks like the last game went pretty well for him. Okay, let's take a look. This is the Platinum 1?
Yeah, we should
Okay.
preface the ELO. Is it Platinum 1 nameless? You're Platinum 1, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, is the game up on your screen?
Yep.
Zen?
Yep, we see it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's take a look.
So let's start off with what we like to do as junglers. We like to have game plans and we want to think about our early pathing, right? So Nameless,
Yes,
what are you
of
thinking
course.
here in the early game? What do you want to path towards? What's your win condition?
Well, bot lane has hard engage and CC and high damage, so it will be an easy gank, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other factors do we need to consider when we're pathing towards a lane?
Well, I'm from purple side, so I should pad for bots, which means I should start at red. Full jungle clear, level 4. And
Oh,
yeah,
so you want to start red and then path towards bot?
yeah.
And what do you view about this top matchup? What do you think about this whole Shyvana versus
It's very
thing?
interesting matchup.
Like Shyvana, I think she can do Wukong. Like Wukong is stronger, so yeah.
And where do you think Xin Zhao will start?
What?
Where do you think Xin will start? Xin Zhao, the enemy jungler.
Maybe red and pad for top.
Possibly. Yeah, he could. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably most likely, don't we think? What do you think, Zen?
I think Xin Zhao could path for top lane early on, especially because Wukong and Shyvana is a very volatile lane. If one champion gets ahead, I think that it becomes really hard for the other one to try to recover. It's also likely that Xin Zhao could also just run up to your jungle, up to the top side of the map, and then just try to play split map against you. That would be really weird, right? Well, not anymore because you're invading, right? But splitting the map into Xin Zhao would be quite detrimental because then your reliance is really just making sure that Thresh lands hooks and that Ezreal is just kind of harder ADC to gank than like someone that's obviously doesn't have an escape, you know? Do you? What do you think? Do you think we should like definitely ward left side though? We should definitely. Well, not anymore. Other than the invade. If the invade didn't happen, then I think we should be looking for vision on top side, which would be like a very standard start in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I do a lot in my games these days is I literally just come out of base and I always just insta ward this.
Yeah.
And then switch out to sweeper. Because
Yeah.
just to make sure that there's no late invade or anything happening. I mean, obviously right now, obviously the Thresh invaded, so there's a bit of a mess here. But yeah, that's usually what I like to do just to prevent any sort of late invades or anything like that.
Yeah.
But so you said you want to start red nameless, but you start in blue. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I was just confused because we
This is
invaded
the
and
chaos early game. Yes.
I didn't have time to just to realize, and I was just coming back from base. But yeah, it's probably my bad. I could go for red and Shyvana do a small leash.
Yeah. I mean, you can do leashless completely fine with Ekram anyway, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
I can take the buff even without leash.
Yeah, you could probably double jungle here. Initially, I think it's fine. If Xin Zhao starts topside, you can probably double jungle here. Because, you know, and you have the ward up in top lane, then you know that you can just clear for HP rather than speed. Or speed rather than HP. Wait, where does Xin Zhao go?
Alright.
Xin Zhao started bot side, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know that he started red? Let's just take a look
Yeah,
at this.
we have map packs here. We don't really know if he actually.
Alright, so we know he started red. Alright, nameless. This is the habit that you are going to... This is the biggest thing I want you to learn going into your games. I want you to always ping when the enemy jungler started. Okay? You might say, well, Nathan, I already know where he started here. Get yourself into the habit. So last season, I used to just be like, you know, be on and off in terms of pinging where the enemy jungler started. But what I've done now is I've got it to a point where it's a habit. So I don't even... It's like muscle memory, where I'm just looking where the enemy jungler started. And I'm actually going to call you out here, Zen, in one of your Elise videos. You did a self-review. Okay?
Yeah, I remember that.
And you didn't see, you didn't check. It was so obvious with the enemy jungler. You said, "Oh, I didn't know where the enemy jungler started."
Ooh, yeah. I think
in
I
my
do
reviews,
that.
that's end of review. That's just done. Like, there's no
Right.
point because you play the game so differently, don't you? If you know where the enemy jungler
Oh
started.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
Your entire
Yeah,
route,
yeah.
game plan, everything changes. The whole thing.
And I always say people are like, "Oh, Nathan, that's such an easy fundamental to do," but I see over and over and over again, people just don't check where the enemy jungler started, and then you're going into the top side of your map completely blind, blind, and it's my biggest pet peeve. So, nameless, you're gonna make a commitment to me that you're gonna, for the next week at least, you're gonna ping where the enemy jungler started, okay?
Yeah, I actually agree. Yeah, you're right.
It's such an easy thing to get lazy on. Like, I see it all the time. Even look at this. Even Zen made a video that he
Oh
posted.
yeah,
he-
even I
and Zen
just
knows to
mess
do
up.
it.
I just always
Yeah.
I just don't do it. I'm so lazy sometimes. You could even look at Nami's or Ezreal's mana here as well if you ever want to. Just you don't really know exactly where he started. You can see that Nami's missing a bit of health here. Maybe she used her abilities possibly, but as she was leashing, we don't really know. But this is also something you can always just do.
All right, because obviously coming up here, we need to know. We need to have an idea. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you be honest, Nameless? Did you know where the enemy jungler started, or were you just still taken off by the early game chaos here?
Well, I saw bots, so yeah, I knew that Zen is going to contest the top scuttler.
Yeah, so we know.
All right. So my next question is there any sort of contention going on here? Are we able to contest this top crab, basically? That's basically my question here. What do you think?
Can you point at Wukong?
Yep, Wukong's missing right now. He's probably warding or
Wukong's in
something.
fog. He's probably in river just warding. Yeah.
Well, I will just try to contest scuttler and see what happens.
All right, we're gonna go for the coin flip. Here we
Okay.
go, Nameless. Let's take a look.
I mean, we should be pinging as well. Remember, you always want to spam ping when you go for the crab here.
Yeah,
so
I'll
your mid
spam
laner
pinging
knows.
help
Yeah.
if needed.
Shyvana could actually probably just walk in as well, as long as she's not. Yeah, she has an okay lane state. I think Shyvana can definitely walk in and help you out.
But in this case, Zen already took it because, yeah,
We finished our
7
clear a bit
seconds
late.
late. But I
Okay.
have the level lead, like I'm 4
Okay.
and he's 3.
So let's break down everything wrong with what you're doing right here, Nameless. Let's do a step-by-step process. Let's do everything in. Let's write a little notepad up here.
Nice.
All right. So Zen jungle reviews. All right. So game 1, Nameless. So the first thing what we did is we pathed to wrong side. Right. We should have started red.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2 is this Rift Scuttler. Top Scuttle invade. Alright, so we know Xin Zhao's top. We all agree on that?
Yes.
Alright. Your top lane is not moving, has no priority, and your mid lane is looking to push in the next wave. So technically, like right now, let's just say firstly, we aren't communicating with laners. That we want top crab. 2, Shyvana. Isn't coming. And 3, I mean, do you guys think you guys even win 2v2 up top here?
It's a little flippy. I think that Xin Zhao's
You do have the level advantage, right?
Yeah.
Right, but I'd say the biggest thing is, and this is what I call in League an information advantage. So you know how you just walked over a ward and you cleared a ward, Christmas? I mean, Nameless? Everyone knows you're here. You've literally just been like, oh, hey guys, I'm walking into top river. Like, literally they could just be sitting in this bush and, you know, coming to kill you or something like that right here.
It's possible.
You know, so this is I'd say the percentage of this working is about 20% chance. Would you agree with that, Zen?
Yeah, I agree. I think Xin Zhao can literally just stand there. And if Wukong shows up, Xin Zhao plus Wukong is very, very, very strong. 2v1, and then even if Nico helps out, your Nico isn't immediately going to be there, right? I really think that the biggest thing is, like, the whole situation is a little flippy, and then on top of that, just the communication, right? The pings is another problem. Because Nico is never going to come down onto the left jungle if you don't even, you know, I don't even think she knows that you're doing
she's
it.
Relaxing, man. She's excited, man.
She's
mid laners in this stage, dude, they're killing. She's going for the solo kill. She's got a flash. She doesn't give a shit.
She's got Ignite coming up soon. She's ready. She's ready.
She does not care whatsoever. All right, so you get that. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say here is what you should have done here is you should have identified basically at this stage that you can't get top grab. And what you would be doing here right now, so you have 2 options. You either base and you go straight to bot crab here, or you just walk to bot crab here. What do you think's better here? Good to know what you think as well, Zen.
I think that walking, okay, well, how much gold do you have? You have 22 CS. I think that you could probably base, and because we have priority in both mid and bot lane, in high elo, it's unlikely that Xin Zhao will ever go for double crab because the enemy jungler knows that he can't ever do double crab. But in Platinum 1 and Lower Diamond, I think they're just going to do it anyway. So I think that even if you base and then you come straight down, you can spam ping the crab, and because both of your teammates have priority in the 2 south lanes, you can probably get it with a nice little advantage because you're gonna have like item advantage as well. So even if Xin Zhao opts to take a fight, you're gonna win that, right? And then you have your Grump coming up, so you're gonna be happy.
Yeah, so usually last season, it's like, especially when, like, because I made some guides on Eve and stuff like that, it was just best to base because you could get like an amp tome Dark Seal thing.
Which is huge.
But right now, because I mean, obviously Lucidity Boost Rush is like the thing these days everyone does. It's like what the cool kids do.
Yeah.
I would just be walking straight bot because I want to base on 900 gold.
Yeah, that's also possible. Because you can grab the crab, you can take the Gromp. So do you think you'll do crab, Gromp, Wolves recall, or do you think you'll just like, well, you need 900,
yeah,
so you need
I think right now we've had a pretty relaxed early game. I would come down here and then just do another full clear and reset bot because you want to keep playing around bot.
Yeah, exactly. And bot should be coming back into us by the time we're back on the 3rd respawn on Grump. So yeah, that is possible. That is also an option.
I mean, right now, if you think about, okay, so if you think about the game state right now, is bot is our win con, obviously. We've got a 3-0 Caitlyn.
Yeah.
You don't need to coin flip the game here at all, Nameless. And this is what I see too often, especially Platinum and like Diamond 4 and stuff like that, is people just don't think about the top grab at all. They're like, oh, I'm top side, that means I need to go for top grab. We need to assess lane states. We need to assess, do we win the 2v2? Do we need to assess, is there a ward here or not? It's really important when you're walking up here. You need to have your eyes laser focused on top movement to see whether there's a ward or not. So if we actually go back and see what time he warded, so you'd be panning you can pan your camera, but you can also look just through the minimap through his movement. So look at Wukong, look at Wukong, look at Wukong, look at Wukong. He hasn't warded. I still don't think he's warded.
Nope.
Hasn't
He's gonna
warded.
crush the next
Hasn't
wave.
warded.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't warded. All right, here we go. You see his movement right there, Nameless? That means he's warded. So the moment the ward goes down, again, there's even more of a reason not to go to top. You already can't go to top crab, but the moment the ward goes down, you can't go to top crab.
Yeah, I agree.
So what we do here is we just come down here and then we just do a full down. Let's just look at what you do here, because let's just take a look at the coin toss. Let's see if you're if you're a lucky man today.
I mean, that is gonna work because you have huge weight. Wow, Nico. Okay, already just kind of went in.
All right. Okay. Well, this works, but
Shouldn't,
this
but it
is
works.
Not high percentage League of
Yeah.
Legends. Okay. And this is it. And this is the thing when I see Nameless is people think that they had a good early game now, but this is you just get away with mistakes. But you'll do this exact same thing in another game, Nameless, and you'll lose the game for it. And when you lose the game, remember it's not exactly just minus like 15 LP. It's actually minus 30 LP, because you need to get that back to climb, right? So it's like you lose 15 just to go even. You need to win another game. So like this mistake can cost you 30 LP.
Yep, and it repeats, right? So this is like something that you would do each and every game, and it would affect your gameplay. Because essentially what you're doing is you're flipping the game really before it even begins.
That's right.
Your laners are going to be in a ton of stress every time you do that, and then they're less likely to trust you when you do. You know, sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And I think that like having laners trust your judgment is pretty important in game. So then the next play you make, or the next play you ping, they're actually prepared to help you out, rather than pass you off as someone who's just kind of, okay, this guy is kind of not playing correctly, so we're not going to play around him.
Yeah, I mean, communication's one point, but like at the end of the day, there's still fundamental things. You don't even really need to communicate here. It's like, I understand what my laners want to do. I just concede their crap,
Yeah,
just understand what your laners want to do.
I often ping, but sometimes they just ignore, or I don't know. You will see I'm pinging.
Well, hold on, Nameless. I'd love to get specific because I hear that in narrative all the time. They just ignore you. What do they want to do with the wave? What can they help you? Do they want to base? Do they want to? It's really important for you actually to put yourself in the shoes of your laners. Because too often I see junglers just be really selfish and they get angry at their laners, but like it's actually on you. It's your fault. In this situation, it would have been your fault, Nameless. It's not their fault. You completely conceding this crap. You have a huge disadvantage. Walking into the top river, they know you're there, and Wukong has priority.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not talking about this certain situation. Just usual when I ping, and when they have pre-ult, they sometimes don't follow. But yeah, it happens.
All right, this is your learning objective here, Nameless. So number one, track where enemy jungler started. Are you going to ping it? And then number two is you're going to really assess the top crab, okay? Assess the top crab. What do you want to do here? Are you going to concede? Are you going to fight? Remember, it's completely fine to just walk. Again, this is all you do. You walk to the bot crab, and then you just do another full clear. You resell them lucidity boots and like a, I don't know, ruby crystal or something like that, and a control ward. All right, Nameless. That's it for your review. This is the early game. Work on these things, and you will be challenger. Okay.
You'll be
I
alright,
hope
man.
so. Yeah.
All right. Good luck, man.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yep. Take care. See ya. Bye. Okay, we can bring in the next person. That was good. I think that really like emphasizes like early game decisions. Yeah, I mean,
It's
one
just the
decision.
fundamentals then.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just the
yeah. It's
basic
just
fundamentals.
basic
Again, I
everything.
see it all the time. Like at the end of the day, so last season I was like a diamond jungle. I was mostly sitting in diamond and O's.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then this season I'm like, all right, because what I was doing, I was overcomplicating the game. I was like,
Yeah.
let's just stick to the basic fundamentals of the jungle.
We had a
Like,
discussion
crap.
about this, didn't we? We
Yeah,
really
yeah.
complicated that discussion.
and I've hit Challenger this season.
Nice,
You know?
congratulations.
Currently 526 LP on Arch.
Wow.
Just purely because of fundamentals. Just
Fundamentals.
relax.
That's all it
It's
is.
fundamentals.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
know, obviously, you know, game knowledge sometimes comes into the factor. Like, I know a lot about win conditions,
Yeah.
but overall, like, I don't feel like you really need to really know about win conditions until at least Master Tier Plus, I would say.
I agree. Yeah, you can kind of do whatever really in Diamond. I think that a pretty major fundamental is just being able to know how to play with the waves. And I think if you just do that in Diamond, I've never had an issue in Diamond just by doing that, to be honest.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
it's just fundamentals. It's all basics. I think people try to do too much in game. That's where it becomes a problem, in my opinion. But yeah. Alrighty, let's move on to the next person. I'm gonna bring in let's just I'm gonna pick someone at random. We're gonna go Silver. Okay, Arcane. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. We're just gonna bring him in. Hello, how are you, man? There he is. Hey,
Hello.
Hey, how's everything?
This is actually funny here. This is pretty much what's it called? This is like all my coaching clients here. Jord Wills.
Yep, I'm part of the Salto program
Yes.
and the Zen Patreon program.
Oh, you were in
good
my
God.
you were in my class
Yeah.
like
There you go.
on yesterday. Yeah, holy crap.
Yep, I was there.
Nice. How are you,
I
man?
just have to let you guys know this is like really hype because you two jungle coaches have pretty much been like absolute icons to me for like a really long time. And
Oh,
it's
that's a
pretty
I
cool.
appreciate that.
Statement.
That's awesome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I
All right.
like my goal is to go through the process of hitting Challenger this season. Even if I don't hit it, I want to at least experience what you have to do to get there at least. But
Mhm.
yeah, definitely helped me a lot.
Nice. All right. What region are you in?
I'm in NA.
Nathan, do you want me to screen share this one, or do you want to?
Actually,
or do you want to keep going?
like I record my own POV on Twitch as well. So if you guys think that would be better, we can do the client or the Twitch.
We'll just do client. I think client's
Yeah,
easier
client's
for
just
now.
more consistent.
Okay.
Yeah. Nathan, I can
I
just
think-
jump on NA since you have to like log in and log out. Unless you wanna, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think we just stick to this. I think this is fine for
Yeah.
now. Unless there's any lag on your stream, I think it or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
it's perfect. No, it's perfect. All right.
Is it fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
do your thing,
I actually
do your
haven't been
thing.
watching the stream.
Yeah, perfect. Alrighty. Sounds good.
So Silver's name here is Ark, by the way, so we can call him Ark. It's a bit
Yeah.
easier than pronouncing that name.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at my games.
What's your IGN again, Ark? I always forget.
It's the same as Discord.
Jeez, Nathan, you have an account for every region. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, I mean I coach every region here,
For
so I
sure.
just power through
For
everything.
sure. I agree.
I don't have Korea and Garena. That's about it.
Oh, dude, I have no region other than NA and Korea. How weird is that?
Really?
Yeah, I have a
Make an
Korea.
account, then. Just
I've-
power it out, dude. It's like 2 seconds. to get the account.
I know. I don't know why. Alrighty. What rank are you, by the way, Ark?
I'm at Platinum 1 0P.
Okay, nice. Alright, which
What
game?
game are we looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually had a Lilia game. 3-1 and 11.
And why'd you choose this game, Ark?
So the reason I'm choosing this game is because I the early game felt so weird to me. So I like didn't do anything, and we were like behind the entire game, early game, and then we like won one dragon fight, and we won the next dragon fight, and we won the baron fight. But like the early game just felt really I guess like stale. And I just want to know if I could have like done anything more.
Okay.
I really like Lilia.
Yeah.
Awesome champion.
I think Lilia, in terms of a really boring, slow, stale early game, is pretty good. Isn't that part of your champ identity? You don't want chaos.
Yeah, I think you want to just play it safe. Like you're kind of like Master Yi, Evelyn, Nocturne. You want to relax and then, slowly scale up.
Okay.
Yeah. Defensive
if-
clears. Defensive clears is what I call that usually.
If we think about it right now, what options do you have this game anyway?
Well, like only possible one would be like top lane, maybe mid lane if they burn cleanse before I gank. But
Will you win the game through top?
Probably not. So I'll probably play like defense or cover bot. But, like I don't think I can actually gank bot lane.
That's right. So I think Path in top here is good. I think Soraka Kaiser will have priority potentially, maybe not actually. What do you think, Zan?
I don't think Ash will. I think Ash will have more priority over Kaisa mainly because of the range and the opening on W. I also think that Sona is going to be able to take a lot more offensive like pockets against Soraka, so it's going to be kind of hard. But on the bright side though, it makes them very volatile to gank. You can definitely gank bot lane. Not easily, but you can definitely gank them because they are very squishy and they don't really have much mobility. And then mid lane's going to be amazing because all you really do is just burn cleanse and, you know, she's just dead because Annie's stunned, you know?
Annie, best mid laner to have on the team.
Oh yeah. See, playing for top lane is great, but the thing is when you get Poppy ahead, like, oh, Poppy's 1-0. Not really threatening, you know, it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah,
especially against this team comp, but I think Poppy does that much into their team.
Yeah, Poppy doesn't do too much against that team composition, not with Lux, Sona, and Ashe.
Alright, so I think there's two options here. So if we are path in bot here, so we got to think about this, right? So if we path bot and then Viego starts red, do we win 3v3 bot?
No. But if they like get poked down under tower or stuff like that, or like losing trades, we don't have to like fight the 3v3, but I can just be there to like neutralize it pretty much. But I'm not gonna go for like scuttle crab, obviously. But that's like my thought process is just being there to cover.
Just to be there. Yeah. And then if you let's look at the other option here to path top. Do you think you get top crab, you 2v2 top?
I don't think so. I would probably look at mid lane and see. Because I guess I don't think we have the damage to deal with it. Unless I still don't know like how strong Viego is early game. That's kind of like my problem.
Yeah, I've been working that as well. Do you have any ideas then?
I think that Viego is conditional. If he ends up hitting you with his E and his stun, yeah, I think you're in a bit of trouble. But I think that you can easily kite Viego out. I think that any fights that happen on left jungle is really dependent on how mid lane plays. But sadly, Lux has more range than Annie, and so mid matchup is actually more geared towards the opposing side, and so the chances of your Annie having prio early on is going to be not as likely. And that's kind of the issue, and so that's the only problem I see with top fight. Also, I think Viego is just fundamentally stronger than you when it comes to like raw damage output. I think early on.
Yeah, so I think pathing bot's fine here.
Yeah.
Agree on that?
Yeah. I really think you should ward though, because see, if you don't ward the south side and he splits map against you, you're going to be in a lot of trouble because you do not want to play a vertical jungle on left side jungle. I think that would be.
So I do actually have a question about that. So one thing I noticed, like a lot of junglers do, pretty much like all the time, right? Is they go into this spot, right? But like they always go there to defend their top side, right? No matter which side of the map they are. But what if they want to start top side? Where would they place the ward then?
Well, this ward is okay if it's like Kindred Graves read into your Gromp. Like that's one route that enemy can do.
Yeah, like I do feel like this ward is so useless.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if the enemy jungle is like Kindred or Graves, someone really strong level 2 and just jumps you on a Gromp, right? That's possible. But other than that, I would just tell your bot lane to ward South River. I think that would be like pretty useful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell them to ward and still defend topside. So does that mean I would just come out of base with sweepers, or would I just hold up my ward?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
One thing that's super insane though, which could be like kind of higher level, could be you could just start sweeping lens level 1, and then if you are forcing a split map, you can just ward early. You can just like sweep the river if they opt to try to get a ward down. And that actually helps your laners get level 2 faster. But I think that's like super high yellow. I don't think that, even in Challenger, I don't even think people really care about that. But that's like that is an option, But yeah.
What I'll do this game, Mark, is literally come out of base here, do this ward literally at like 40 seconds to make sure there's no lane invade happening, reset sweeper, come here.
Yeah.
I don't think this achieves anything. I'm not afraid of a Viego at all.
Yeah.
Even if they happen to come late 2v2 invade here. I mean, actually, that's probably pretty shit for you, maybe.
But like the problem I would have with that is like, I mean, how much do we value like being hidden where we start? Because like Diego can just like place a ward here while in bot side if he just books it straight there, right?
Well, it doesn't
And I
matter. I
wouldn't
mean,
know
you'll get
that
a
he
leash
was-
anyway. Everyone will know where you
They'll-
start.
they'll-
Doesn't matter
they'll
if
know.
they know where you start.
Okay. So them
Doesn't
knowing
matter.
like my exact pathing too wouldn't be a problem because like
No,
they can like
no.
see if I'm going to ground. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
adapt. It's completely fine. Again, it's all going to be based on where the enemy jungler starts. Whether they know you are there or not, you know where the enemy jungler is, so you know what's going to happen in bot river. Same as the last review, right? We don't actually need. That's what I always say. People always say, "Well, Nathan, like, what happens if like they ward here or like sometimes they like come and do this ward and like they want to jump over the wall here, so they ward over the wall and like they just risk dying to some random thing happening here, just lose the game. Like you don't need that. Like the only champions you do that against is champs like Ivan and Fiddlesticks, champs that you actually don't know where they start. But then you need to 5-man. You need to communicate with your team because sometimes I just people see they go on 1-man commando missions to like come here and they just lose the game.
Right.
So
Okay.
again, I'll tell you, literally from 300 games I've played this season, I've just been doing this ward every game, and I've hit Challenger, switched here, and then I just do a path here. All I do is I just make sure I don't get late invaded. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. You know, especially these farming junglers and stuff like that. I mean, I play like Hecarim, Udyr.
Yeah.
I was playing Nunu a lot at the beginning of the season. Like, don't overcomplicate the game here. And also, the same thing here as well is, even against Kindred and Graves, like this ward's useless. You got to ward here because if they jump over, because if they jump over the wall here, they dodge this
Yes,
ward.
that's also very true. Yeah, the ward isn't very good, even against
Right.
that kind of invade. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so think about ward more, just ward red for late invade, and then start blue. Alright, so we're pathing down. Alright, do we know where the enemy Viego started? Let's just make sure.
That's actually, that's a lie. I actually thought he started top side anyway. Cause I was like looking at both lanes. Volibear was like sitting in a bush, and then bot lane came in. When I looked at bot lane, they had like full mana.
Yeah, they have no.
And then when I looked at top lane, he like came out of a bush. So I got like a little bit confused. So I just assumed he started at top side since he's Viego. But probably it's like I had a feeling he started top side, but I was like, I kind of just didn't know.
I mean, you could have a pretty good hunch. I mean, to be honest, I mean, like, there's no reason for Ash and Sona not to be in lane here trying to like shove and like bully and stuff like that, right? Like they just got like a full, whatever they do with the wave here, I don't know what to call this, but, yeah. I mean, look at the way Volibear leaves the bush. Like, that's not a leash, is it? Like, do you reckon he like walked all the way here like that? Like, usually he walks here and then comes from this side, doesn't he? If he leashes.
Yeah. I
So
was
like,
like,
I would hedge my bets that he started blue. I think it's pretty high percentage.
Is it weird what I do when I have situations like this? I just tell myself I just don't know where he started, and I'm just super cautious. And
Yeah,
I
think you gotta be cautious.
Yeah. I usually just acknowledge, like in higher elo, I just acknowledge that I don't know where he started, and I just don't want to make any assumptions, but I'm just gonna ping, and then
Right.
whatever lane is pushing out, I just kind of spam ping them to make sure, like, hey, he could be there, even if he isn't. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you might as well. It's better than not dying, right? Like losing a bit of pressure on lane is a lot better than not, like, at least not dying. And so, better safe than sorry, in my opinion. Seems like now you just know exactly where he started. So here, I think you should be spam pinging.
Yeah, you gotta ping top side here.
Yeah.
Get into the habit arc. We talk about this all the time in Soul 2, right? Ping where enemy jungler is. We know he is top side now.
oh yeah, I had another reason for why I didn't ping him. It's because I actually I thought that because I was playing Lilia and I just had like a way faster clear, or I thought I did. I thought he just like
Oh.
took a really long time to get bot side, but then he ganked top. So, yeah.
Yeah, we should be on golems, finishing them up. Because right now we fall behind in our clear, so by the time you're finished golems, your Gromp's already going to be respawned. And that's a problem. And so then if you opt to try to go into his Gromp, it's going to be too late because his bot has priority. And so by the time you get to your Gromp, it's kind of going to be just gone, and he's going to be back on his. And so you're actually going down a camp when you do this, and tempo, because then your other camps also respawn later.
Yeah. Alright, so there's two options here. Right? Okay, so let's just say it's all three options. So the first option here is come in up here, because we know Viego's here to come to counter gank maybe, right?
Yeah.
Next option here is to come here and to take your Krugs. And another option here is maybe to come and try and gank bot. Okay, so let's break down all of them. So the first one here, which Zen sort of already alluded to, you're gonna have to walk all the way. You're not gonna get here in time. End of story, right? And look at Volibear here as well. He's gonna have priority. So there's no even point coming to gank this anyway, because literally you're just gonna be maybe walking into Viego or something like that, right?
Right.
So already, I don't think you can even make it top anyway. The second option here is to come into gank bot. At the end of the day, they have all sums up. They've warded. They know your bot side, and you
Yeah.
have no setup bot.
Yeah,
Probably
she's-
not going to work. And then number 3 here is just take your Krugs and then reset and just do another full clear top side. And I think that's just the highest percentage, and I think it's the only option here, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Did
So-
bot wave lock? I didn't see the bot wave. Did it just end up locking? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's. I mean, you can't really gank this. I think anyway.
Yeah,
I think
again,
it's like
it's not gank away.
Yeah,
Because again,
yeah.
The fact is, they know you're there. They've warded, and they have all sums.
Oh
and
yeah,
you've got a
yeah,
Spark,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You're not, and they're so low. It's like have fun. If you're, they could actually turn it on them in that wave. I think it wouldn't be advisable.
So yeah, we can just break it down again.
Yeah.
This is what you assess, because again, this is the problem that I think you're doing now. Because again, I was in this exact mindset last season. You're trying to do things early game, okay? You don't need to do anything early game here.
Oh,
trust
dude.
me.
I did the
Just-
same thing when I was playing Elite. I used to run around, and by
Yeah.
10 minutes, I
Yeah.
was down 2 levels every single game. And all my friends I would be duked within like higher elo would be like, please, just farm your camps. You gotta stop being like 2 levels down on enemy jungle. I'm like, no, I have to do stuff.
It's not even really taking your. It's more just taking high percentage plays and playing
Yeah.
around a win condition.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what it is. It's just
Yeah.
your decision making. At the end of the day, someone in the chat as well said, and I can pivot into this tangent. Someone says, "Is it possible to get to Challenger with bad MMR?" And the answer is yes, eventually, because all League of Legends is you make the level of decision making. So there's platinum level decision making, like what we're seeing here. There's diamond, and then there's challenger. And going over the past 2 reviews done, if you have challenger level decision making every single game, you're going to be challenger, no matter what, no matter how bad your MMR is.
No matter how many games you may lose early on as well, right?
Right.
Because you
Yeah,
may
well,
lose
I mean,
games here and there. Yeah.
Exactly. I've lost many
Oh,
perfect
so
games,
many.
I'd say.
So many.
But that really only happens in highly. If you play perfect games in platinum and diamond, I feel like that you should win pretty much like 90% of them, 80% of them, maybe, right?
Yeah, majority of them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's weird
Alright.
though, because like I actually have a lower win rate and low elo. Is it weird? I mean, some people just can't seem to smurf, but maybe that's like just me. I don't know.
Oh, is that an invisible narrative there? I think that might be.
Maybe.
Again, there's
I
correct
seem to just
decision-making,
do
and
better.
there's not
Yeah,
correct decision-making.
yeah. I think that's just an issue.
All right, so I think we are going to. All right, we might take a look at it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just
Ends
do
up
another
doing
full clear hit.
ground here. Sadly, golems are level 1 still, but oh well, no worries. An enemy jungle should be bought. I think you should. Oh, yep, there it is. You should definitely be pinging that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if we think about this again in terms of jungle tracking, right? So Poppy, I mean Viego was top, did that thing, and then he's probably going to be coming down bot side here, right?
Yep. So it's just be pinging him.
Like in stale games like this, where
Mm-hmm.
you both know where everyone is, there's actually no reason to lose track of the enemy jungler.
I don't
So
even think you have
really
to count
important
CS.
to track.
Like I think counting CS is
No,
like
you don't.
You don't even.
Yeah,
it's,
I
you
don't-
you can
I-
just feel
I
like you
don't
just
count
know.
CS.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, yeah.
I stopped counting CS, but I mean it's not a good thing. But I mean whatever. Like it's not necessary in my opinion. Like
I mean, outside of the early game, you can, right? So it's
Yeah,
like you check
yeah.
their camp when they show on a gank, but
Yeah.
like it's like, whether they 3 camp ganks and stuff like that. But
yeah.
other than that, it's just pure instincts.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Oh, well, he takes dragon, you take his top camps. This is a pretty good arc. All right, again, no need to overcomplicate, no need to gank. You just keep farming.
If
As
you
dumb as it
show
sounds,
yourself there,
this is
it's
it.
gonna be a problem. You don't want to show yourself there.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
want to show yourself. There was
Oh, I
obviously
mean,
the control. This
I guess
think
you
it's
just
right,
saw.
but-
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see the control work, but I thought you just like used E randomly. That's good.
Yeah, but you definitely don't want to show in those situations. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so again, I get so afraid here of this path in here. Why aren't we just going straight to our wolves and like all our camps are spawning bot side?
So I am assuming worst case scenario where like Lux and Viego are like going through the or going through the river that we can't see, or near like the raptors, but like not past my controller. So the second luck showed. I was like, okay, she's not gonna
Okay,
get
then
right
you
now.
keep going.
And then
Got
I
it.
go.
Well, that wave isn't gonna lock. If yeah, it's just not gonna lock. Right, so you don't want to go up there. Like if you literally just go back, just like if we just pause when you were pathing up to top lane, I think something really important, and this is something that helped me like climb Elo, right? The next wave is never gonna lock top lane, and so you don't have to worry too much about being there. I think being there is okay if the wave is gonna like freeze for Volibear, and then enemy jungle can gank. Sure, you can match just to push the wave, but if you know that the wave isn't gonna end up locking, you should just go back to your straight back to wolves, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think that like for the most part, I just get like pretty nervous because like laners sometimes will back to like really obvious ganks or they'll like push up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just like I'm there to cover just in case. Because like
Yeah, that would
sometimes
depend on
they
your
don't know.
tracking. That
Right.
depends on your tracking, right? It's like, what's the percentage? You don't just go to a lane because for the sake of reason. That's where tracking comes in, right? So you got to know whether you look at the wave. Like the wave could be in a bad state, and but the jungler's not there. It's like it's fine, Like I mean, maybe sometimes you need to show there and push, but every time you show on the map, it's like again, you need to assess: is it worth to show on the map? What am I losing for? Am I losing tempo? And remember, the key mindset for this game, and this is actually the whole problem. This is way we can sum up this game: is all you need to do is be 100 CS up on Viego to win this game. That's it. There's going to be nothing Viego can do. There's nothing that you can do in the early game. So you're just going to have to keep up massive tempo in this game. And that's it. That's actually all you needed to really think about this game.
Okay.
And it's so powerful to have that mindset come into the game, because then it's like that's like your fundamental the win condition. That's why you have win condition. It's like 100 CS up on Viego, and then all this chaos is going to happen around you, but you have this like foundation. It's like a building. You always have a foundation to go back to. So it's like, okay, well I just know I just win the game by just being 100 CS up on Viego, because there's no options here in the early game, because again, look at their comp and look at my comp.
Right.
You always got to have a mindset coming into the game, because then you get dragged to things. You know how people like they go to fight something, start compensating. It's because you don't have that rock solid foundation.
Yeah, one thing that I've been doing for like past couple days after, or maybe just yesterday, I'm like working on like 3 things right now. It's like, what was it? Win conditions, and then playing on waves, and then understanding match ganks, counter ganks, and normal ganks. I've just been like focusing on those 3 things, and it's like pretty insane. One thing I've been like practicing for a while is actually just like using my F keys a lot. Like I actually would go into custom games and just like spam F keys over and over and over again. That was like pretty. I wouldn't actually like use the information. I would just like first like identify the information, and then once I could identify it, then I would actually start using it. So that's what I've been doing now.
I think F keys are fine if you're comfortable with them, but I don't think that F keys are. I mean, Nathan, do you use F keys? Like, I don't know many junglers that do. Like, I do them, but like I'm like one out of like, there's not many.
I like reposition them into like really comfortable keys. So it's like, I have like on CVB, which is like V is actually my self camera, and C and B is my bot lane most of the time, and then my mouse buttons as my solo laners, and then I just use those 5 buttons. It's actually really.
I know a lot of challengers that don't use F keys. Nathan, what about you? Do you use F keys at all?
Yeah, I do, and it's just a simple premise. It's like, at the end of the day, this is why League is an information-based game. The more information we have, the better decisions we can make. Yeah. Right? I feel that if I wasn't to use F keys, I would be missing out on one piece of information or 2 pieces of information. Obviously you can be looking on the map, but like at the end of the day, it's the quickest way to get information. I think that it's impossible.
Spot like important abilities and like ultimates. Like
wave states, like quickly just looking at a wave state, just really quickly. It's like, oh, okay, I understand, like what's going on there. I think it's impossible to get top 10 or rank 1 if you don't use F keys. I'll say that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So what are jungle fundamentals to you guys?
I can actually show you a list right now.
Yeah.
And I can go with you.
People ask me that a lot, right? People have like laning fundamentals are pretty globally understood because of just other streamers and content creators, but when it comes to like jungle fundamentals, I think it's very, very like in the dark, in my opinion.
Right. And I could probably like Google it, but I feel like I'd get like a different list or some
Yeah,
like.
you gotta trust the experts. Yeah, don't worry, Ark. Let's get that up for you, alright? 1 second.
I do think that F keys are like kind of like the sprinkles on the cake. I don't know if that's
Oh, that's a good analogy.
You know what I mean? It's like it's important. Like fundamentals of jungling is like the base of the cake, but then F keys are at the end. You don't necessarily need them to get to like at least master or something, but having them is always going to be. It's just superior. They're
Makes
always
it taste
better.
a little bit better.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just going to get you a little bit better. But I think that if you don't have that, like, just the proper dough, and I don't know how to make a cake properly, but you know what I mean. Like, you don't have the fundamentals, then it's going to be harder. Yeah.
So this is the way I break it down. So this is it. So there's 4 parts of jungling. Efficient pathing. This is like maximizing experience and gold while still impacting the map. Again, this is not AFK farming. So
Right.
This is what Zen was talking about, where Elemental Elise, he was ganking.
Yeah.
He was impacting the map, but then he wasn't, properly getting experience in gold. Because sometimes there's a difference between high impact and low impact ganks. Like, let's say a high impact gank is like, let's say, come into a gank and then like a wave's about to crash for the enemy team and you dive and they miss all that sense and you double kill. That's high impact.
Yeah.
But a low impact gank is like come into like, let's say again, gank an Ashe Sona lane where they have all sums up. It's probably at most you might get a flash, but then you show on the map and then you lose tempo. Stuff like this. So it's like understanding low impact ganks and high impact ganks. Knowing when to concede objectives. This is what Nameless didn't do correctly in terms of crab mastering out of the first crab. So this is all about pathing. All your pathing is affected by. It's just like one fundamental. High percentage ganks assessing wave states. Next thing is tracking the enemy jungler. This gives you so many options to track enemy jungler. I mean, to track an enemy jungler gives you so many options in the game. Biggest one is counter jungling, counter ganking. Like these two don't exist if you don't track the enemy jungler. It's just a coin flip, isn't it?
Right.
So tracking is a fundamental. Identifying correct win conditions. This is basically how to win a game as quickly as possible. Win conditions change mid-game potentially. Assessing how your team interacts with, that's meant to say, enemy team. And then using side lanes in the mid to late game.
What does that mean, using side lanes?
Like split push.
Yeah, it's like understanding. Not so much split push. It's like, okay, I need to go to top wave to push that in, so then they react, and then allows me to get control.
Yeah.
Would I only do? Of course, I would only do that if my laners wouldn't already be doing that, right?
Yeah, I mean, personally, if I'm in platinum or diamond and I'm smurfing, it's weird because I usually end up eating lane CS where my laner should actually take it, but they don't take it at times, so I end up taking it.
And if they are like doing the side lane stuff, I would just be hovering around like.
Yeah, so if like someone is pushing out a lane, and they want to fast push the wave, say the enemy doesn't like so it crashes into tower, then you should hover and either you can establish vision for them or you can just play for the 2v2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I can play with my side laners.
That's one.
If
thing,
I'm not actually.
That's one aspect. Yeah.
Side laning.
There's other things that Nathan mentioned though earlier that you could also do with side laning, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to get into the good old NA ARAM, right?
Oh,
where everyone's just coming here. I mean, basically, side lanes, you got to catch them experience and gold. That's how you get. That's basically, side lanes is how you gain experience and gold advantages in the mid to late game stages of the game. It's like it does two things: you get experience and gold, and you make them react, so then you can control an area of the map. And this comes to like Baron control, Dragon control. So let's say Dragon's coming up, right, in like a minute and like 20 seconds. You got to make sure that ideally someone's there to fully push things in for Dragon to spawn, so you can get Dragon Rift control.
Okay.
But we'll get over to that. We'll get into that. Again, this is like an early game. Obviously, we're going over early games here. And then the last part is champion identity. So it's like understanding the strengths of our champion, how to fight skirmish, what a good gank is for your champion. The Lilia gank and an Elise gank are two different things, aren't they?
Right.
It's like Elise can do some things, and she can get away with ganks that are impossible for other champs. So it's like understanding, again, it's like what's a good gank, what's a bad gank for your champion, and just having an idea of what is a really good early game for your champion. As, let's say, Elise or Rek'Sai, it's getting a win condition ahead. It's pressuring.
You can be
As
creative.
Lilia,
Yeah.
you can be very creative. As Lilia, it's literally just relaxing and just doing full clears, isn't it?
Okay.
I think it's so
So-
much easier to play something standard than to try to play something like Rek'Sai and Elise and try to be creative. You know. I think
Well,
if
at the end of
you-
the
yeah.
day, right now, you play those champs. Then you're literally versus an Udyr and a Hecarim. You're down literally 30 CS by like.
Oh yeah.
the first couple of
100%.
minutes, you know,
And then
so
yeah, I agree.
it's just the meta at the moment.
So
Yeah, sure.
if you guys were to like, because would you guys say that that someone who isn't already like aware or doing these things, these fundamentals, is there like an order in which you say we should do them, or should we like try and do them all at once, like all the fundamentals?
What do
or
you think,
like-
Zen?
Well, the way you approach training or developing yourself as a player is one really important way to do it, or one effective way to do it, is isolation practice. I think that if
Okay.
you try to do all the fundamentals at once, something that isn't practiced habitually, then what ends up happening is you're going to stumble on it, right? It's like you're trying to juggle too many balls at once. But if you practice with one or two, eventually you can start to build up to 3 or 4 or 5. I think that you should build like a type of schedule where you can like begin to like categorize each fundamental and just isolate, practice it.
Right. So would you like keep doing it until you have it mastered? Or would you like spend a certain amount of time on this and then a certain amount of time on? Like-
Mastery, I think, is very subjective. Right?
Okay.
Like, how can you assume that
Okay.
this is where I've mastered it? You know what I mean? I think just working on it will eventually lead to some kind of success, in my opinion. I mean, Nathan probably has other thoughts, right? But in my opinion, I think just work on it for like a finite amount of time, go on to the next one, and just see overall where you are as a player. If you just repeat the
Okay.
process, eventually, I'm not sure where you'll get, but you'll get somewhere forward. You know, you're gonna get forward in ranking eventually, right?
Okay.
But yeah.
I have a philosophy saying, practice something until you can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
What does
So,
that mean?
so you can sit there and practice a fundamental, and you still are inconsistent with it doing every game. So a simple thing is like tracking when the enemy starts and pinging it, right?
Mhm.
So you need to do that until you literally can never. It's like muscle memory. You can't not do it. Again, going back to the example, Zen knows to do that. He knows the advantages of it, but let's say he slipped up that one game.
Yeah.
That
Which
means
I
that
do.
he hasn't practiced it until you can't get it wrong. So that's it. That's as simple as it. Again, it might take you 100 games, it might take you 1,000 games, it might take you 5 games. That's all up to you and like your level of intensity and focus and the way that you practice, right? And retain information. So going back to the fundamentals, I think you should work on. So this is the way that I view it. Efficient pathing, it still can be refined, but I'd say gold 4 and below need to focus on this as the biggest fundamental. And just gank, like at the end of the day, I just see people taking bad ganks in lower elo, and then they're literally just behind a minute of the game in terms of experience to go where they could be. It's like, for example, again, your Lilia. It's like you're behind a little bit from this game arc because you decided to go top instead of doing your Krugs and reset and do another full clear, and you're killing your level 1 Krugs at like 5 minutes, right? I would say the biggest fundamental, I was talking with Curtis about this, I think this is in terms of jungling, and I'd say that probably the main reason that I hit challenge was purely because of tracking the enemy jungler, because I had so many options. The counter jungling, the counter ganking, knowing when to take major objectives, and pinging for your team. Simply just pinging for your team where the enemy jungler is. I would say that this is probably, in terms of if you want to actually really climb consistently in jungle, tracking is the fundamental.
So I
Oh, we just moved out Arcs and
Oh, did he just
did he do it?
did he just cut off?
Just drag him back in.
Oh,
drag him
okay.
back in.
Got it. Yeah,
maybe
we have like a few minutes with them, I think, because there's quite a wait list going on.
Yeah, we are.
yeah, it's all good. It's all
My
good. Yeah,
bad.
maybe like 2 more minutes. We'll move on to the next person.
okay.
Possibly, yeah.
Where was I? What did I say?
We're talking about tracking enemy jungle. You're going to say something.
Is he there? Hello.
Shoot.
It's all good, man.
God damn it! I forgot. It was such a important question too.
Oh, did you just forget it?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, Arc,
Yeah,
we're going to
what-
move on to the next person.
yeah. Just
we can
you
ask
know what?
later, Arc,
Remember
okay?
it in Twitch chat. You can ask either one of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Man. Take care. See ya.
See ya.
All right. So moving on to the next person.
Let's get Wheels in here. Let's get Wheels.
Wheels sounds good. Before I get him in here, I think I overcomplicate the game as a teacher. I really do. Don't you think?
Okay, interesting. So why did you say just because of what we've been doing here, or?
Just in general, comparatively to your coaching, how you teach the game and how I teach the game. Like you're teaching, like I would do A, B, C, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna do A plus A squared plus B squared plus C. You know what I mean? Like
Got it.
I think I'm going a little too like overcomplicated. I think that's a problem when it comes to teaching people, right?
Interesting.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously there's advanced concepts, right? You want to
Yeah.
break down everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the way. If you really understand a concept in League of Legends, I
Uh-huh.
can explain it in like one sentence. It's like
Yeah.
an Einstein quote. It's like you
There
don't
was
really
that quote,
understand something,
yeah.
but you can explain it to someone.
Simply,
right?
yeah. I agree. Yeah. I always get scared though, because like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I get scared because I'm like, what if they misinterpret or take me out of context? It's jungling, you know. It's tough. Like it's very dynamic.
Well, that's your job to make sure they don't. And again,
Okay,
the
true.
easiest way is to make sure. Again, it's just a super simple sentence. I mean, we just broke down everything there. There's not really a way you can misinterpret it.
No,
It's
there's
like
really not.
pinging the
There's
enemy
really
jungler
not.
to track. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You can't win the game if you don't do it.
Yeah, I
you know?
agree. All right. Anyways, cool. Let me move in wheels. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hey man, how are you?
Hello, what's up?
Hello.
How you going, Jack? Hope you're excited to get your game review with Zen here.
I think I got a good one, so.
Okay.
All right, what do you want to look at today?
I think it's like 6-5 middle one.
6-5.
Okay. What rank are we doing today?
This is
Jack's Diamond 3?
Diamond 3.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. But yeah, I mean, I'll say this as well, Zen, is that I work with it's currently, I think, ranked 30, no invade plays Challenger Jungler. It was like 1k LP earlier this season. We literally just focused on basic fundamentals. We literally never overcomplicated anything. I think that the way you climb in solo queue is purely fundamentals.
Purely
Just
fundamentals
really
and
basic
consistency.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Consistency of them.
Yeah.
Again, everyone's looking, and this is what I find as well. This is what the problem with like the coaching industry is like, and people looking for coaching. It's like they're always looking for this little basic answer, right?
Yeah.
And then they join my coaching program, and I'm telling you, you're not pinging with the enemy jungler start, and they're like, "Fuck you, Nathan, you're shit." But it's
Yeah,
like,
because
well,
they think
you're losing
that
the
you
game.
should be giving more information,
Because-
but there's nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
There's nothing to it. I mean, other than the day, all I share is what helps me to get to Challenger. You know, that's it. It works for me, and I share it. You can listen to it, you can not. But everyone's looking for a magic pill and magic. It's like the 5-minute abs, you know. Everyone wants the good old 5-minute abs, but it's just the basic, boring fundamentals. I always say this with Curtis on the Broken by Concept, our podcast. Boring is sexy. That's just it. You know, it's the new thing. It's the sexy. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to try and tell everyone.
I see.
Do the boring things in real time.
I see. That's one way to think about it. I'm going to take that into consideration. I mean, as someone teaching the game, I think it's pretty important to be able to know these things. Yeah.
All right, Jack. Tell me, Winko, what's the game plan here?
So like this game, I didn't even know, like I was so lost on like how to even win this game, because like I don't know, just like Ari seems like a useless champ, and Aatrox into their team comp is terrible, and then like all I could think of was just protect bot, I guess, and hope they scale, but I don't know.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of technical issues. There we go. Okay.
Let me know where you got it up, Zen. What's
Yeah.
your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts when you look at this game? What's the win con?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right. Well, for starters, I don't think we're going to be able to influence bot lane that much because there is a very So I think when you try to develop a win condition, you always want to look at CC and damage. I think those are two very important aspects to look at. If we look at bot lane, yeah, we do have a lot of damage because Twitch in Italy is very strong, but there's lack of CC. And then getting onto Caitlyn is going to be a little bit harder to do because Caitlyn Zillion is quite mobile. It's kind of hard to get onto them. Ganking Heimerdinger is okay, but very conditional because he has to mess up in order for us to really do that. And I mean, you have a Riven jungle. I just realized that's really weird.
Yeah.
But I do think that top lane is a very volatile lane. I think that you should actually all of your routes should synchronize with top waves. I hope that doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so top lane, I think, in my opinion, is the lane that you want to try to gank for. Level 6 Ahri, possible, only if Heimer messes up. And then bot lane is good after, like, I think level 6, because then Yuumi Twitch can become a little bit annoying with, like, just the roams and everything.
I think my mindset should be just path top early, but
Mhm.
I can't. Or Aatrox's gonna win me the game, so after like maybe level 6, I should just look to make sure my bot is even and they can scale basically, I guess.
I think you could even start bot side here. It's fine.
Yeah, for sure. I think I messed up by starting
Yeah.
top, but I end up like reverse clearing, I guess, the top because they were
Yeah.
heavy trading.
Yeah.
So
What do you think, Nathan? What's
Yeah,
your take on
reverse
that?
clear would work as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, Jack, I think if we start red, we have more options in the game
Yeah.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, at the end of the day, we want as many options as possible. You know, it's like, I mean, the fact that Riven starts red here, I think you will instantly win the early game if you start red. Because if Pantheon
Yeah.
loses early to this, probably not good for Pantheon. He probably is
Yeah.
going to start getting outscaled, isn't he?
yeah, for sure.
It's like, it's just sort of understand. I mean, okay, I mean, let's just assess for starting blue anyway. Do you have priority bot here?
Yeah, no, I know I have no problem mid or bot ever, so
So why go bot side?
yeah, I know. I don't know. I knew that was bad. I should have just started red.
You know what you should probably do this game, to be honest, is I would do a 3-camp red, blue, Gromp and try and do something early straight away top. So this should just get out
Do you
some
think
serious pressure.
Riven can take Raptors that easily? Do you think that Riven would skip Raptors? I'm not sure about this champion's clear in the jungle life.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
That's the point.
Because I think that if she isn't good at Raptors, I think you can definitely just path right into her Raptors because she'll be bot lane probably at that time, right? Possibly. I don't know if she does Raptors or not on that champion. I don't think.
Let's have a
think
look.
this
I'm
game
curious.
she did, yeah, she did.
Oh, she's just taken it, but I mean, I guess she did it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if Riven can do that. I don't know. But anyways, it is what it is.
No, so I think we understand that starting red for more options. It looks like you reverse
Yeah.
clear up. And this isn't a reverse clear. What are you talking about, Jack?
Well, like not reverse clear, I guess. Just make sure my
just
bot's
pass
fine,
back.
and then yeah, because I know I never get bot grab, so
Yeah, again, making sure your bot's fine. Like, okay, they're going to
Yeah,
be able to
can't
dive
die.
bot.
Yeah,
It's like,
no.
what's the point? You know, so this is,
Exactly.
again, you would be like here right now, Jack.
yeah, I know.
Oh, Pantheon would be in so much trouble. He would be
Yeah,
under so
he'd
much
be
pressure
fucked.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
try.
the fact that Riven started red, you would have won the game, I think, based on
Yeah.
that alone.
Yeah.
You know, he just fucked up. Riven hardcore screwed up his pathing.
I mean, I think Riven's. I mean, I don't think Riven can dive that. I think it would be way too risky, considering UV
Yeah.
exhaust and everything. Yeah.
All right, well, you come here and you sort of do it anyway, right? So this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ping Riven bot, so they don't die, I guess. But
Could you go back up there? What is happening? Oh, that looks okay. Maybe not.
Did he just come and kill him in the middle?
This
lane?
Pantheon just
Holy
doesn't
goodness.
care. Holy crap! Yeah, you need to. You should go up there again.
yeah, I do after it.
I think you just skip the. It's kind of hard to tell.
All right,
like,
well, what we need to assess here, I mean, this is always a consideration, right? When
Maybe
your
I
top
should
laner
just
does
help
like
him
this.
shove. Yeah.
The TP back, right? So if we think about it right now, Aatrox doesn't have TP. You probably need to help him shove here. What do you reckon, Jack?
Yeah, definitely.
Because this Pantheon can start really taking over this lane here. Are you afraid of losing top grab here?
No, definitely not.
So why are we not helping him push
Yeah.
top and then
I
do
don't
grab
know.
after?
I didn't even think he could die, so that's just my bad, I guess.
Yeah, again, it's not even about the dying part. It's just about he has no TP. He needs to
Yeah.
come back ASAP,
Base.
right? He needs to, yeah. Again, going back to what we said in the first review, the first one, you got to think about what your laners want to do. You
Yeah.
can't just be in this little mindset. It's like, oh, I'm a jungler. I need to get crabs. I need to get jungle camped. It's like, okay, Aatrox needs to reset. He needs to push in the wave. He doesn't have TP. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, there's no worry about this top grab. We know Viego's bot side. You're even pinging it as well. I can see, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riven is definitely down there. Sadly, your bot lane's trading aggressively, but you know, pray for them, I guess.
Exactly.
You can't do anything down there, sadly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is pretty good, I think. Nice.
All right, that's fine.
I
think
would
that's
crush
a lot.
that. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I would
Good
actually.
recovery, Jack.
Yeah, that's perfect. This is perfect.
And I saw Riven. She
You,
went,
I
like-
would even word that. Well, you could word somewhere around here, like maybe her Raptors if you have it up.
I had a
Oh, you had a
switch
sweeping
on
lens.
it.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really good. Yeah. This is clean. Where's Riven? Oh, she's gonna be down there.
Nerd, yeah.
Oh my gosh, your teammates are just
Yeah, I
going
was
at it.
trying to ping them off, but
Mhm.
so I think I just base after this. But their Hammer is 3-0.
If that River Ward wasn't there, I probably would have taken Raptors too.
Yeah.
Because then then Riven can probably come down there and, you know, say hello to us. Nathan, this is a cloud fiesta.
Yeah, like this. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a bit of a mess, this
Yeah,
game, but
yeah.
Nidalee fun. Nidalee thrives in these.
Yeah, she
situations,
loves
man.
these types of games. Oh, nice spear. Nice. Alright, might be dead. Or not. Wow, okay. Yeah.
Where's Viego right now? I mean, sorry,
Riven,
Jack.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not really sure exactly right now because I don't remember the game exactly, but I'm assuming
Most
she's
likely.
back at her red, yeah, because
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go to my top side right now as well, so.
Yep.
I think you can scout her Raptors while you go up there. I don't think
Oh,
that's
there
like the
she
worst thing
is.
to do. You know, you are level 7 and she's level
Uh-huh.
5, so I think that you just go into her Raptor camp here. I think you have a timer on it, don't you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, my mid just wants to base, I think, and so Pantheon level 6. I mean, maybe it ults on my head if I go for them, but maybe I can just put a trap over them.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, what do you think about this here, Jack? What's the next objective here for you think?
Maybe just getting bot side, I think, for Drake.
I mean, in terms of like towers, heralds, dragons.
I don't even know. I like what I don't know what I like at this point. Like in the game, I'm like lost in what I should be playing for. Because
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I have every kill. I guess I should just play for bot because yeah, our Twitch is kind of fed, I guess.
Okay, so let's break down everything else. So, playing for bot, at the end of the day, this is a 29 CS Twitch at 7 minutes and a 27 CS Caitlyn bot. Bot lane is like, it's just all good. Like, Twitch, I think, is going to scale freely here. Bot's on 4 plays. I don't think you actually need to spend any time bot, okay, because of that.
Yeah.
So now that I'm thinking now is that the only really vulnerable part of the map, I feel like, is top side.
Yep.
So, what I'll be thinking here is literally insta reset here, full clear your bot side camps, and then path. And what you're going to do here is you're going to figure out how to get Herald.
Okay.
That's it. All you're going to do is you're going to get Herald this game,
And
then pressure in top.
you can see that the wave is coming back into us as well in top lane, so maybe if Pantheon overextends, you could always just go up there as well. Maybe.
I think the reason I don't want to do that this game is just because I don't like when I view Aatrox and Nidalee like into their team. I don't think like Aatrox is gonna do anything into their champs. Basically.
Maybe, but again, going back to it's like we can't really do anything bot anyway. And I feel like bot we can leave it on island.
Okay.
Like that narrative is sort of okay, but I mean, at the end of the day, like Aatrox can get out of control on the side lane,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and the biggest thing is what do we know about Pantheon? He hardcore drops off. He could be literally
Yeah.
useless this game, can't he?
You control the entire mid game by getting this guy ahead up in top lane. Because
That's
then
right.
the whole pace
That's
of the
the key
game
thing.
is like they have to deal with Aatrox, but they can't, and it's like it's 4v5 basically because Pantheon can't do anything. They're actually forced to make plays, which is going to be tough because all Pantheon can really do is at that point just stun.
Yeah, I mean, if,
Yeah.
if Aatrox is stuck in lane here, he's not running around ulting, is he?
I think what actually happened here is he ulted bot when he spawned or something, and then they
That makes
killed my
sense.
bot.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
desperate,
right.
I guess, right? He has to do
Just
something.
kidding. He did that. That was a different time. He did something like that.
Oh, he's just dead
Oh,
again.
this is good. This is still
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. We can get Herald here now, I guess.
Uh,
Actually, no, you full clear and then reset
Yeah.
and then Herald. Yeah.
I have a lot of gold, I think.
Yeah,
But I
okay.
base now, so I
Yeah.
like I'm not even thinking about Herald. I think this
Yeah.
game was
I think you could just
The
go
problem.
whole. I think you could go whole jungle, can't you?
Yeah, well, we want to play around top sides then, so we would full clear. So
Oh,
again,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
going
yeah.
back to one of our fundamentals. It's like efficient pathing around the next objective. So we full clear, reset, Herald, kill top again, break top, great.
If they take first dragon, it's like whatever. It's not a big deal,
Yeah.
even though it's
matter,
infernal.
right? Does
Yeah.
not matter.
Yeah.
go back to when we kill Pantheon. I think. Do you think it's maybe fine to just base after that? Because how much gold do I have? I think I have a ton.
Yeah, no, but I think again
Okay.
you have a ton, but you should. I
Should
think
I
you
just go
should
full clear down?
just still full clear. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
more efficient.
That makes sense.
Could you, depending on if bot lane freezes, could you recall, run down to your bot side, and then path up top? Is that also possible? Because then what you're doing is you're also covering bot lane. I think that's viable if bot is frozen, because
Yeah.
by the time
the
that
slow pushing.
yeah, okay, then I guess
I
you, know,
remember
you don't have
this.
to. Yeah, then you know that Riven is going to be down there by the time bot is into us, and theoretically the only thing
Yeah.
they can do is dive, but they can't really dive because Yumi has exhaust. So you know it's
Yeah,
kind of
again, I
like
would-
perfect.
Again, this is a situation where I would not give a shit about bot lane,
Oh,
even
yeah,
if
yeah,
even
yeah.
if even if the lane state's in a bad state. Like at the end of the day, the thought process here why you would literally full
Mhm.
clear bot is you would be based on more gold. But if you were to base right now on this, then obviously you're missing out on 500 gold, aren't you?
That makes sense.
So just full clear down. But again, the only way you can possibly do that, Jack, is understanding that Rift Herald and top is the way to win the game.
Yeah, because look what happens is I base and like I see this wave bot, and like you know I mentioned earlier I think
Yeah,
I win the
and you'll do
game for
nothing
bot,
now.
but I don't have to do anything to
Yeah.
win.
No.
Like I don't need to punish this because it's fine for my bot lane. But then look what I do. Well, I don't really do anything. They kind of just walk in
Yeah.
and then I compensate and then I die as well.
I also do agree with the fact that you don't have to play for bot lane entirely, even if the lane state is bad,
Yeah.
because well, if you end up getting Rift, then you just have like a lane swap
Yeah,
going on, you know,
That's true.
pretty instantly, because you just Rift bot eventually. That's huge. So, and then Caitlyn is great at sieging, so you know that works out. But yeah, going bot lane doesn't really
Yeah,
kind of throws off our tempo there.
yeah, for sure. Because yeah, I don't need to like punish their bad wave. I just make sure my bot lane's chilling basically, and then
Yep.
punish top lane. So
At the end of the day, you're Nidalee, Yumi, Twitch.
Yeah,
Punishing
so-
lanes, bad lane states is
Yeah.
not really what you do. It's like,
Exactly.
oh, great. You know, they might die, but I just win the game through top.
yeah, exactly. That makes
So
sense.
this game makes sense, Jack?
Yeah, I just had the wrong mindset, I think.
Yeah. And that's why win conditions and understanding next
Yeah.
objective is so important. Because, again, obviously, I mean, but this is great, Jack. And this is why you have a hypothesis. You're like, okay, I want to play around bot here.
Yeah,
And then it's like, okay, we understood the result of it. Okay, then it's like, okay, next time I do this, top.
yeah. I think just me playing around bot is not doing anything basically, and making sure that they're
No.
not dying on repeat, I guess.
And what it's doing is you're forcing a fight here as
Yeah.
well. You don't want any fights. You want it to be relaxed. Heimer could TP. Riven could come down here.
Yeah,
You're not going to win like these skirmishes, are you? You just want to relax.
That makes sense.
All right, Jack.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
good stuff. We'll see you
Thank you.
around.
Yep. See ya.
Alright, man, take it easy. See ya.
Yep. See ya.
All right, Zen. I have time for one more.
Yeah, I think we
Um,
can do one more and then call it a night.
Let's get Splash of Crimson in.
All right, sounds good. All right, hey man, how are you?
How we going, Ishan? Are you here? Your
There
microphone's
he
working?
is.
Yep, what's up?
These are all your students, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Holy, dude, my Discord is like no junglers. It's crazy.
Yeah, today I learned Zen has a jungle drought.
I really do. It's all laners. It's all AD carries. It's all ADCs and mids.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but
What do you say? What if you were to break down the content on your site in terms of what they're catered towards? What would you do percentage-wise? Is it like 60% ADC stuff?
mostly
ADCs just love lane state?
mostly low elo mid lane and AD carry stuff. Yeah, it's like a bit of a mix. Top lane, not that very not really many people want to do that. Support and jungle are probably the lowest, in my opinion. Like my view count when I coach jungle is like actually a little bit lower on my YouTube than like mid lane and AD carry. I've noticed.
Interesting.
It's weird. I don't know how, like, what is the percentage of like overall players playing each role? I'm not sure. I'm
I'd
pretty sure.
love to know. I
Actually,
don't know.
I'm gonna find out while we do this. Hold on.
All right, Ishan, what game are we looking at today?
Can we look at the 7-4-13? I mean, I did win, but I was getting out-tempoed the whole game by the Fiddlesticks, so...
All right, let's
Maybe
take a
some-
look. I love tempo.
some bad early game decision making.
What rank is this, by the way?
This is
So
Diamond
this
4.
Diamond 4. Okay.
So Ishan actually has an awesome story. This time last year, Ishan, what were you? Gold 2?
Gold 3, Gold 2, something like that.
Gold 3. And then you joined my program when?
In September, I think.
September of last year. So how many months is that?
About 6.
6 months?
Wow.
Gold 3 to Diamond 4.
Diamond 4. That's really good improvement. It's quite impressive.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Ishan's probably one of the most dedicated students in terms of recruiting. So he's
That's pretty
really
cool.
put his
Pretty
work.
cool. Oh, you're playing Evelyn
some-
too.
Yeah, he's
Evelyn,
like a
I-
naive player.
You check my OKGG on stream once, I think. You told me to play Rek'Sai, which is what I will probably be doing in the near future.
Rek'Sai is like pretty fun. I'd say I've been playing a lot of Rek'Sai recently, but yeah.
So for this game, I was really, really unsure with my early pathings. I was into a Fiddlesticks. I felt like I could have pathed both ways, but I felt like maybe pathing bot would be, I would have a higher chance of having priority if I pathed bot, and like killing Misfortune / All-Star might be a little bit easier, especially since Vladimir has Phase Rush. But I was really, really unsure here in terms of which side I should be starting.
What's your initial reactions then?
I think so. You got the word down. That's really good. Getting a sweeping lens. I mean, Fiddlesticks is not really going to invade you most likely. I think going for top lane is not. I mean, starting blue buff here I think is really fine to do because you're never going to really look to try to invest inside of a Maokai, and then ganking Vladimir is kind of hard to do, especially when he has pool up. I think lanes that you should definitely focus down here are going to be mid lane because again, 2 Ignite players very volatile, and definitely bot lane as well because you do have a good amount of CC on Rel. And I really do think you obviously just full clear here, but obviously if like either mid or bot is in a weird lane state, you definitely have to try to be there and support them just for a little bit until their lane states are good. Yeah, that's my take on it. But I think your initial clear here is pretty okay, but you definitely focus yourself towards the south side of the map for the majority of this game.
Yeah, interesting. The way that I think about this is, okay, so we're against a Misfortune, bit of a lane bully. We do have Rel, and they have an Alistar. I feel like if I go bot side for bot crab, I'm not sure if I'm going to get bot crab. If I path top side, I feel like I will get top crab. What do we think?
Does Maokai get priority into Vladimir though? Because I guess I was worried that like Vladimir and Yone would both push in, and then I would just have to reset for my bot side. Whereas like if I gave my bot the opportunity to be in lane, like maybe I could flip bot priority, and then like have one lane with priority. But I wasn't. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like that even if your bot lane starts in lane, I don't think they get priority anyway.
Got it. That's also true.
Because Misfortune just dominates, dude. She's just a scary champion.
I think you get
That's
double
true.
crabbed here, to be honest. I don't think you get anything, but I mean, you can probably play for it, but it's gonna be tough. So someone in my chat says that you can probably start red here. Yeah, you could. That's also a possibility.
Again, I think that starting red here,
But you know,
is just better for, again, the faster leash. I don't care if bot lane leashes,
yeah,
because I think that doesn't affect their lane at all.
yeah.
And then I feel like they come in top. Like even if Vlad has priority, I'm not scared of a Vlad, to be honest.
Yeah, you could still gank Vlad. I said initially he had pool, but I think you can still gank him. It's still possible. I think starting top is fine. Starting bot here I think is fine too. I don't really, you know.
Okay.
I think there's a number of
So
things you can
say
do. Yeah, either side.
Either
Yeah.
side.
Here's that pathing is fine. Okay, so we know Fiddle started bot side.
Yeah.
Um,
You should definitely spam ping it and just like let your teammates know the routes. Oh,
I
there
should.
it is.
I don't know where to
Oh,
go.
I think you can. Well, you can't go down there anymore, but
What a disaster, dude. This guy's a genius, dude. What the hell? 3 camp bot side.
oh,
in
I
two
think
games.
the route is so good now. I think for us, I mean, people do this. I think it's like I don't know. People don't do this enough, and this is okay if
Well-
you have prio. I think, right?
This is why it's actually good. I don't know if Fiddlesticks is doing this intentionally,
Uh-huh.
but if Ishan started red and got a leash and he did this, that would have been like game over for him because then Ishan would have taken all his top side.
Oh yeah, it would have been over.
So the only time you ever do this gank, by the way, for junglers is if you know the enemy jungler started here. Because again, by the time that you show bot and gank, they don't have time to come here and do this. And this is why team when the enemy jungler started is so important.
Yeah. The only counterplay really is to afterwards, after taking your full jungle, Maybe you can run up to his Raptors, but I mean, it's still really risky to do because mid might have prio and that becomes a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I see. So if I started bot side here, then like Fiddlesticks could potentially not even go. Like he wouldn't even go for this if he was.
He wouldn't. Well, he wouldn't be
Mhm.
able to because again, the only reason you got bot priority here, Ishan, is because your bot lane didn't leash and theirs did. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, did they?
Yeah, they leash. They leash.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Wait, I don't know what the hell they're doing here, dude. They're like fake leashing or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
Oh,
they're
Okay.
going for it. I think bot just didn't
Yeah.
auto.
Yeah, they just did an auto attack. Look
Yeah.
at this. They just got the full push. All right. Yeah. So I actually think that starting red's the better option here.
You think?
Yeah, I do. I think it is flat out because again, I feel like that if Fiddlesticks did the Raptor start and he goes bot, I feel like that we don't win 3v3 bot anyway.
Yeah.
If we come top, I feel like we can have a bit of a biff. I'm pretty excited top lane.
That is okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. I might be wrong. Yeah, I think I was actually just wrong. Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. I mean, going for top crab here, I think is fine. I mean, I think you
Yeah.
can run into his Raptors here if we're prio, which we do. So I think you can. Oh, or this happens.
All right, so he's 16 CS and blue buff. What camps has he done?
He's done his 3 camp spot side and then the crab.
That's right. So we know all his top side camps are still up.
Why is Wolves?
Right.
Why is Wolves still showing?
Oh, this is respawn because he did it on spawn.
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever.
He did it first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Do you think I can go straight into his Raptors here then instead of showing?
Instead of doing crab.
Or instead of doing crab?
With priority, yes, in my opinion, because then Maokai can come down, and then if Fiddlesticks takes the fight here without having prio in his solo lanes, it's going to be really, really awkward for him. Plus, it's not like you have anywhere to be anyway. Your Gromp's not going to spawn yet. Eventually it will, but, you know.
Well, to be honest, yeah, if you went straight to Raptors, I mean, we don't exactly know where Fiddlesticks is.
That's
do
also
we?
true, yeah.
I was a little bit worried that he just reset, because I feel like if he was smart, he would just reset immediately to his top side to defend it, because he knows that like I will probably try and.
He
invade
could
his
walk
top
up
side.
there. I think he could just walk up there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think that, like, if Cat has priority, if Katarina has priority, then I think you can smite fight it. But if she doesn't have prio, then I think it's like really, really risky to ever go into Raptors there.
Okay.
In my
okay.
opinion, yeah.
I mean, I mean, again, I feel like it's a bit coin flip here because the thing is, if you were to show on Raptors and Fiddlesticks happened to be there, and then he's like, "All right, Yone, we know he isn't on top crab," and then suddenly they push you off top crab, that's probably pretty bad. That's worst case scenario in my mind. I feel like if you just get the crab here, we should just get it off the map.
Okay, so going for the crap here, I guess is the right.
That's also possible,
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
right decision.
Yeah.
Because again, if
yeah.
Fiddlesticks sees this, he's like, "Oh shit, dude, he isn't on the crab. Yone, come here. Yone,
Yeah.
you guys, they probably hard win 2v2, don't they?
Yeah. They do.
So you just got to get this off the map, I reckon. Just get this off the map."
I see. And then I guess at this point, then I can't go to the Raptors anymore.
No, yeah, it's done. Yeah, the moment you start blue buff, that option's just gone. Honestly, it's just finished.
Okay.
To punish that level 3 blue gank, or whatever you call that.
That's kind of weird.
All right, nice. Cool.
Oh, we get Rel a little double kill there.
All right, we soak up some experience and go. We help him push. This is what I like to see. Level 6 by 6 minutes 30 seconds. We're on time for our meeting of level 6.
Yep. Grab the Krugs.
Clear. Tempo.
No.
Tempo.
Okay, so this is a big mistake here. So yeah, Fiddle was just waiting the bush there, and I guess they kind of outplayed me. But I guess the decision is like how do we know that he's there, and then how?
That's right.
Like, what we do instead?
Alright, so if you think about it here, right? So I mean, obviously, Fiddlesticks is probably on his blue buff now, right? So he's probably bot side, right?
Yeah.
But then we got to think about timing. Okay, is he still bot side? Like
I would
should he just be
actually,
going
I
to
would
top?
actually just go down there. Now this is gonna sound weird, but if your bot lane's really pushed in, I would skip red and just go hover down there immediately and then go back to red. But that wasn't the case because the wave was coming back into apparently. So I think red is fine, but I think that if the wave is in a bad state, I would not take red buff. I would immediately run down there in case of the counter.
I see.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
people really overvalue camps in certain stages of the game. I think lane states are always initial. Also, I don't think you have to ult there. I'm not sure. It was really
Yeah.
fast. Yeah. I feel like people undervalue lane states and then overvalue camps at certain times. Yeah, camps are good to take because you get them to respawn faster. But if you don't make it to the play, then you end up getting your bot lane killed. Or on the flip side, you get a bunch of kills off that. I think that's a really high priority play. Making sure bot lane's wave state is in a good spot before you take your camps, I think is always going to be better for you. Rather
So
than
you're saying
taking
to
your...
come straight bot here, Zen?
No. See, I didn't realize that there were more blues. There's no blues there. Because the wave is coming back into us, here you can take red buff. But if there was like 5 or 6 blues here, you have to skip red and you have to come down here. If there's more blue buffs, blue minions,
Got it.
sorry. But if there's more reds, then I mean, if your bot lane dies like in that lane state, then it's not your fault. There's no reason to be down there, in my opinion.
I see. So
This was
I
interesting.
guess do we just ping our bot lane back here, or
I mean, I think you can take the fight, can't you?
I think you can potentially. They have all sums cast. They've got flash.
Yeah, we have
Hudson
R
level
too.
5. Did we just misplay this fight?
I think he.
oh, check.
Yeah, you charmed the W. You should be W in Fiddlesticks here.
Yeah, if you get Fiddlesticks out of the fight, it becomes a lot easier. I think you actually one-shot Fiddlesticks, in my opinion, if you just W and then you just run into him.
W, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Alistar's already on. He's on cooldown, right? So Alistar's kind of harmless, in a way.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be W in the Fiddlesticks here. I think Ishan. I think you just misplayed this fight, honestly.
Yeah, I think I wasn't expecting the Fiddlesticks there, and I immediately, like, my first reaction was like, oh my god, the fight's over, I just need to get a kill and get out as soon as possible. So, like, I think I wasn't identifying that the Fiddlesticks could be here, and then I wasn't playing it properly.
Yeah, I
Like,
think the play was a bit like caught us off guard. It's quite crazy, quite fast.
Yeah, definitely caught off guard here. You're like, oh, sure, what do I do? You're just panicking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I think we just misplay. Yeah, I think you definitely hard win this 3v3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if Fiddlesticks gets the first move there. Alright, Ishan, well, I think that's really it for the early game here. I think the biggest takeaway is just the path in the early game. Just think about that a bit more in terms of getting crabs and all that sort of stuff.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to start red here.
Yeah.
Overall, I think Evelyn is a super, super good pick to climb like LP with. It's so good to climb with. She's
Yeah, I said it in my guide. It's the best
Yeah.
low elo.
Oh yeah. She's not even hard to play. That she's not that advanced to play. Her clearing is the only thing, in my opinion, that you kind of need to just learn. And then just like understanding like damage, and then just path properly and don't int, and you're gonna be in a great spot. I think Evelyn is really good. Yeah. Evelyn is really, really strong.
I feel like I've been playing so much Evelyn though that like my knowledge of like just early game pathing and like the options that you can have as like an early game jungler is really, really, really bad. So
I
guess
think
we'll take a
I feel like it should be the opposite in the sense where Evelyn is a champion that you should know more about early game pathing so that you can get to your objective quicker, right? Just knowing what the enemy can do, you can play around it. Because in my opinion, if enemy jungle is coming into you and you don't want your teammates to take the fight, you should be willing to give up camps, you know? And I think that's absolutely fine to do as Evelyn.
I see.
But yeah, like I feel like Evelyn players are like, oh, I have to get these camps, I have to get level 6. But if that level 6 means that you're pretty much putting your entire team in a situation where you're just gonna lose the game off of it, possibly, it's just better to like play the longer game. You know, you'll eventually get 6. So maybe it's like 2 camps later, but you'll eventually get it. And then Evelyn is a type of champion that, because there's so many mistakes in low elo. I mean, I could play this in Masters and it still works. It's like there's so many people making so many errors because you're just invisible. It's so broken that eventually you will you'll have like a breakthrough, you know, somewhere. You know? So you don't have to like be super, super impatient with it. But yeah, overall I think Evelyn is super, super good champion.
Makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it thanks, Ishan, for stopping by.
Yeah.
We'll see you around. Hopefully
man.
that was helpful.
Thanks, guys.
We'll talk to you later. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. Bye. All right, Nathan. Is he the last one? Oh man, we actually did like almost 2 hours. We had 1 hour 40 minutes. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we had some good rants in there as well, and I think that's good content for your. Again, you're gonna post that to your YouTube, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's such good content for all junglers. I feel like this type of content is not available for junglers as much, and I feel like your channel is super underrated because people haven't seen your content enough, and it's like there's other content creators, but I think there's just not enough jungle content creators that are really going in depth when it comes to like jungling, you know? So
yeah, I mean, to be honest, I actually would have been a bit inactive on my YouTube channel recently. So people were like, oh, they got my YouTube channel is dead at the moment, but yeah, no, try and just again, I just try and just preach just basic fundamentals, you know, nothing sexy, just do the basic things. And the funny thing is, everyone knows to do these things, they just don't do it. Like that's just it. It's like the way that I view it, it's like everyone knows like you should probably go to the gym and like get pretty healthy. It's like let's just stick with eating that chocolate cake here and there, you know. That's what I always find.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like, sometimes people just need that push, you know. And that's what I try and do with my coaching program. Like, all right, guys, like at the end of the day, League of Legends is an information-based game. Just make some good high-quality decisions.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like League's a simple game, but hard at the same time.
It's very easy to learn, but very hard to master, in my opinion. It's very difficult to master. Yeah, the concepts are quite easy. It's pretty simplistic, straightforward, but then like consistency and then doing them over and over again and then having the right attention is like a major issue. I think that the biggest problem with players in the jungle, is again just my opinion, is that modern coaching is so constructed around retention of knowledge that it begins to take away from the attention. And having better attention is actually what gets you higher elo, because when I'm playing personally, I could be autopiloting, but if I have good attention and I'm confident in my knowledge and my abilities, then I'm going to have much more success. I think people are just not being attentive enough in the games, and that's why they struggle. Rather, they're just overloading themselves with all this random knowledge that they're not even utilizing in the game, you know? I think that's a big problem when it comes to modern coaching. It's like overstimulating people with information.
Well, if you type in jungle, like in again YouTube, it's like there's a million things.
Oh yeah,
it's like of course everyone's getting overwhelmed, right?
And then the crazy thing is, a lot of those videos actually end up contradicting themselves, which is like another problem. So then you have all these people really confused about what to do with jungle. I think jungle is one of the most difficult roles, in my opinion, that I've noticed to explain it. It actually got to a point where I stopped coaching low elo jungle because I didn't know how to do it, so I just didn't do it.
What do you define as low elo?
I was not coaching anyone below Diamond 1 or Diamond 2.
Wow.
I was not because I didn't know how to address a Diamond 4 jungler. It was like, what should I do? Because there's so many things. And that comes back to me just not being I don't think I'm the best teacher. But then it was like, you know, when I coach Master or Challenger jungle, it's totally different versus like lower elo jungle, right? Because one wrong path is like, oh, like everything else is kind of skewed. And then on top of that, when I coach like gold and silver junglers, man, they run around. I cannot track them. I'm confused. And so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to I don't coach below gold 4.
Yeah.
But I have specific sessions for each of the ranks. So like, this is a gold only session, this is a platinum only session, because I agree, like my mindset changes in terms of the way that I teach. The specific, I have to have like a whole different like
I wish I could
mindset when I go into that, right? It's definitely possible. I definitely think that, but basically the way that I do it, Zen, is again, maybe it's because you're confined by when you do coaching. It's like 1 hour sessions, right?
Like 90, 1 hour 90 minutes or so.
I can't do that with a gold or platinum player because it's like, you know, it's like what we did there. That's like pretty much my reviews. End a review in like the first couple of minutes because it's like, you know, path in error or something like that.
Yeah,
that's fine because it's like they polish up these things and then it's like they have stronger early games, and they're more consistent. So I think it's more like the framework that you coach these players in. It's more so it's like they just need to be way shorter reviews. And then you can go more in depth with like a higher elo player. Like my reviews that I do with like the rank 30 NA Challenger guys. Like some of our games are pretty quick still, but some games it's like we need to break down it a little bit more in terms of, you know, side lanes, how to close up the game, big game, and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I agree. I definitely agree. It becomes a different type of game when you're coaching just higher level players.
It is a different game. It's a different game.
Yeah, man. Anyways, that being said, I really appreciate you stopping by. Really awesome conversation. We had a lot of insight, and I'm just glad we could do it, you know, helping out the people as much as possible. Anyways, I will.
That's what we're here to do, then.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anyway, so I will keep in touch with you. Okay.
All right, Zen.
All right, man.
I'm looking forward to the YouTube videos. Message me when it's up, and then I'll share it with my community as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You would just obviously clip the Twitch stream and just chuck it straight up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna clip it and then just throw it on YouTube. Perfect. Yeah. No editing or anything too fancy. It's just gonna be up there. But I think that's
sexy, Zen.
pretty
That's the key takeaway here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, in the chat as well, if anyone wants to message me about my coaching or anything like that, you can add me on Discord.
Yep.
Again, I only do jungle. Literally, that's the only role. Zen can take care of all the mid laners and the ADCs that he has.
Yep.
Those are the followers only chat. I gotta follow you, Zen. There you go. I didn't follow you. That's my bad.
No worries. Again, for anyone who is still wondering about like Nathan's content, I will definitely link all of the information below on the description of the video, so you guys can definitely check that out as well. And yeah.
I can't post in your chat because it's followers only chat.
Oh,
Be followed for 10 minutes,
rest in
apparently.
peace. You can send it to me. I can throw it up there.
I'll just send it to you.
Yeah.
And add me on
Perfect.
Discord. I accept anyone on Discord, guys. So if you want to send me an ad, talk about jungling, I'm
Yes,
here.
definitely. Right there. Yep. All right.
All right, Zen. Have a good day.
All right, man.
We'll catch you around.
You too. Sounds good. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. Bye.